الله أكبر.
الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
آمين.
وإن كنتم على سفر ولم تجدوا كاتبا فرهان مقبوضة فإن أمن بعضكم بعضا فليؤد الذي اؤتمن أمانته وليتق الله ربه ولا تكتموا الشهادة ومن يكتمها فإنه آثم قلبه والله بما تعملون عليم. لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط الذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم أولئك هم الفاسقون لا يستوي أصحاب النار وأصحاب الجنة أصحاب الجنة هم الفائزون لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم الله أكبر
It should be on the back. We'll make it straight.
Allahu Akbar.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. وإذ قال إبراهيم رب اجعل هذا البلد آمنا واجنبني وبني أن نعبد الأصنام رب إنهن أضللن كثيرا من الناس فمن تبعني فإنه مني ومن عصاني فإنك غفور رحيم. ربنا إني أسكنت من ذريتي بواد غير ذي زرع عند بيتك المحرم ربنا ليقيموا الصلاة فاجعل أفئدة من الناس تهوي إليهم وارزقهم من الثمرات لعلهم يشكرون. ربنا إنك تعلم ما نخفي وما نعلن وما يخفى على الله من شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء. الحمد لله الذي وهب لي على الكبر إسماعيل وإسحاق إن ربي لسميع الدعاء. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر.
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. تكبير.
الله أكبر.
تكبير.
الله أكبر.
تكبير.
الله أكبر.
Wallahi, we need to support our youth, especially the youth who are learning and studying the Qur'an, especially in this day and age. Especially in this day and age. There is a lot of things that the youth can be doing today. They can be playing video games, they can be watching Netflix, or watching YouTube. It's a big thing now, watching YouTube actually, especially amongst the young people. But these two brothers here, Hafiz Rayyan and Hafiz Mujtaba, they dedicated their time and effort. It takes time to memorize the Quran. It takes time. It's not easy, but it's also not hard. It's doable. But they took the time and effort from their lives and dedicated to memorizing the Quran. And they're 13 and 11. You both, Rayyan, you're 13, right? And you're 11, right? 11 years old, completely memorized the word of Allah. Can you imagine memorizing the speech of Allah on Yawm al-Qiyamah? Obviously we know the rewards of a Hafiz, but the reward of his the blessings and barakah of memorizing the Quran, it goes beyond the person who memorizes it. What about the parents? Who knows the reward of the parents? Our young brother back there.
On the day of judgment, there will be giving beautiful robes.
That's very close.
And crowns.
Yes, there we go. They'll be crowned. Their parents didn't have to do anything. The child did everything. Well, actually, they sacrificed time too. But look at the barakah of memorizing the Quran. It goes beyond the person. You know, when you do a good deed, Allah rewards the person for doing the good deed, right? But this act, it goes to the family, subhanAllah. May Allah make all our children Hafiz al-Quran, including ourselves, so our parents and our children can get the reward, inshallah. Ameen. So, not to take into their time, but Hafiz Mujtaba has prepared a little brief speech to share his story. So I asked him to come forward and give a talk, inshallah. Look at that, not only he's leading Salah, he's giving talks at 11 years old, mashallah. What were we doing when we were 11? Something to think about. Alright, let me just move this right here.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. As the brother mentioned earlier, my name is Mujtaba Khan. I'm 11 years old and I have completed my hifz on November 5th this year. I would like to thank the MCCL community for giving me the opportunity to lead the prayer and to speak here. I'll be talking about my hifz journey. But before I talk about that, I'll talk a little bit about why one should memorize the Quran and what does Hafiz mean. Firstly, it is a great blessing to memorize the Quran and to know Allah's words. In the Arabic language, the word Hafiz means protector. The reason why a person who memorizes the Quran is known as a Hafiz is because, for example, if a book was to be burned along with every single copy of it in the world, it would be gone forever. But if every single Quran in the world was to be burned, a group of Hafiz could come together and they could remake it just the way it is today without changing a single word in just a short while. This is how Allah fulfills His promise, as He mentions in the Quran itself. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. Surely we have revealed the reminder, and surely we are there to protect it. It is a great blessing to be a protector of the Quran. My hifz journey started in August 2015. As I started, I would do a few pages of review and memorize about 5 lines every day. I would learn all the tajweed rules and perfect my recitation. As I memorized more, I would review daily and take tests after every few juz I memorized to make sure my memorization was strong. When I was near finishing, I was memorizing 2 pages a day and reciting around 80 pages a day. At the end, I would like to give some recommendations for those who are still memorizing and are planning to memorize. If you ever have the opportunity to memorize, take it, because it is a huge blessing to memorize the Quran. When you memorize, learn the tajweed rules and recite the best way as you can, because Allah says in Surah Muzammil, وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا, and recite the Quran as it ought to be recited. Make sure to review all the surahs you memorized as long as the surahs that you recently memorized, so that they'll stay strong in your memory and so that you won't forget it. The Quran is not hard to memorize, it just requires dedication. May Allah make it easy for all of us to memorize the Quran. At the end, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me this opportunity. I thank you all for coming here to listen to me. Please keep me, my family, my teachers, and my friends in your prayers. Jazakallah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Takbir! Takbir! Takbir!
Hafiz Rayyan was anything?
Who's his father?
Oh,
Yeah,
his father is brother Adil.
What is your name, brother? What is your name?
My name is Adil.
Adil.
And this is Hafiz Rayyan, son of our brother Murshid. And their mothers too. I'm sorry, can't leave out the sisters too.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So I wasn't really able to like prepare anything today, so I thought I was gonna come to recite. So yeah.
That's my fault.
Alright, it's all good. So I think Brother Mujtaba here, he already pretty much said everything. So I'm just gonna add on a little bit. So basically, as Brother Mujtaba said, like if you have the opportunity to memorize, you should take it. It's a great blessing, and it's like you should just do it because like it's gonna take some time. It might take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You should like dedicate the time, sacrifice what you're doing. Take as much time as you have. Whatever you have, put it all into memorizing. Like you can do your whatever studies you have, math, science, English, whatever you have on the side. That's what I did. As I started my adventure and journey into memorizing, I started. I used to start at 7:30 in the morning, and I used to do halftime at the Hafiz program at Adams. I ended at around 1:30. Now I'd go to homeschooling, and over there we also had like math, science, English, everything else. So from that time span of 8:30 to 1:30, we used to do memorization, revision, whatever we memorized. We used to review everything. Like this was all part of the process itself. If you memorize, you can't just let everything go in the back. As our teacher said, it's like driving a train. You're gonna drive the train, you have to go straight, but you have to make sure your cargo stays in the back. You can't just drive and let everything fall off. It's this process that has to keep going. After you memorize, you have to keep the revision with you. At least every day, 1 to 2 juz a day. If you're memorizing, when you're starting off, you should start, at least, so say you start at the 30th juz. From there, you should start Naba, Nazi'at. From there, go on, continue, but also memorize at the same time. And it is like a big reward for those who memorized it. And their parents, like who sacrificed their time and their effort, whatever, like everything they had into helping their children memorize the Qur'an, they will be given a crown on the Day of Judgment. And the people around them will be like, who's that? Who are those people? And then they're going to be like, oh, are they prophets? And then, the angel will come and say, no, those are the parents of those who memorize the Qur'an. And then, it's just a very big reward and it's a great thing to have in the hearts of a person. To wrap up, if you ever have the chance to memorize the Qur'an, review it. Not even memorize, if you can read as much as you can, throughout your life. Read daily. Try to read daily if possible. Do 2 to 5 pages, maybe 5 pages a day. Whatever you can, into spending time with your Quran and strengthening your relationship with Allah. Assalamu alaikum.
Takbir. 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 Alright, you guys are not getting it so easy. Can one brother pass another chair up here? Hafiz Rayyan and Mujtaba, you guys can sit here. I'm going to ask you some questions. Does anyone have any questions for them?
Yes.
Oh, of course, brother, you have questions.
While you were at the podium, I was going to ask, but I didn't want to
Yeah.
your format.
Sorry, I just thought about this right now.
That's okay.
So I have a question. This chairs are for you?
Yeah, cheers for you.
The mic is kind of short, but first question.
That mic also can be used.
Yeah, maybe.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we
Yeah,
can use it.
absolutely.
Just hold it really close. Who is your favorite reciter right now?
I listen to him a lot, and it would probably be Mishari al-Afasi, because I like the way he recites, and maybe also Mahmoud al-Hussein. He's good for memorizing and practicing reciting.
I don't think it's good. We just use this.
Yeah.
Alright, so for me, I usually when I put on some Quran, I start with Salat-al-Isha, and then after a little bit, after I finish whatever I was doing, I'll just switch to Mishari. And then I feel like both of them, they really help with your tajweed and the overall recitation itself.
Yeah,
You can't go that far.
I know you already mentioned that you start from 8:30 to 1:30, right? Now, explain to us a little bit of methodology. Were you doing 5 days a week? And what is the methodology? You used like read a one page and then memorize it? How were you doing it?
Let me just repeat the question.
Okay.
So Brother Ijaz asked, was it 5 days a week from 8:30 to 1:30? And what was the methodology, the process going about memorizing the ayat?
Okay, so our classes started from Monday through Friday. So Monday through Thursday, we would have from 7:30 in the morning to 12:30. At 12:30, we'd have lunch and then have our gym recess and then pray dhuhr. And then, but from 12:30, from 7:30 to 12:30, we would have, so when we go in the morning, we will start with our recent. So our recent means that like whatever we memorized the day before, we would recite it to a teacher. And then after we finish that, after the teacher checks it off, make sure it's good, perfect, they would send us to someone else. So we would go back and then review our our daily review, like whatever we have to do. So some kids they do half juz, some kids they do 1 juz, some kids they do 3 juz, and there are some that do 5. So throughout the beginning, we started off with like 5 to 10 pages of review. So we kept a steady pace of 10 pages of review. Then we started adding pages, so we would end up in 1 juz and then 2 juz. And then after that, at the end of the day, we would get more new. So more new means like 5 lines. When you start off, you get like 5 lines, like 7, 8 lines. So as you get more advanced and at a higher level, you would start to 1 page. And then throughout my ending, while I was finishing, I had to end up doing like 2.5 to 3 pages every day. And the next day, I would have to recite that to a teacher and make sure it was perfect.
For me, it was almost roughly the same thing. I would start off with like almost like maybe like when I started, I'd probably do like maybe like 10 pages a day. I would do like 5 to 10 pages of review and then like 5 lines of new. I was slowly advanced. I used to like do maybe like 1 juz of review and 8 lines of new. I would recite recent to the teacher and some review. We also learn all the tajweed rules, like every so often we'd have a tajweed class, like at 12 o'clock. Our teachers would explain us the tajweed concept. We'd learn about it, like for example, if it was med, or if it was a certain type of med, or maybe like ikhfa. And then later on we'd have a test on it. We'd also learn vocabulary words, so we learned around 500, I guess. Also at the end, like since we need slow progression, at the end I was doing about 2 to 2.5 pages of new a day and almost 80 pages of recent and review a day.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Yusuf. I work with public school here in Loudoun County. I have some Muslim kids. They go to our classes with us. And I ask them every time. I say, did you know Quran or did you read Quran? Most of them, they say, we don't have no time. So the only thing I want to know from you is, how did you divide it? The Hafiz al-Quran and your public school education. How did you divide it? I want to know so I can share.
How did you manage it?
Alright, so to answer your question, Brother Yusuf, we used to have, so for us, we had to manage our time very wisely. We couldn't really spend it on YouTube as much as we were hoping we would. So we would start off in the morning, so after we finished school and stuff, I would usually come home by like 3:30 after finishing everything. By the time I get home, I would take a little break, eat, and then pray and stuff. And then I get back to my homework. So I would start with my with whatever English and whatever all the homework I have besides Quran. I would do that first to get that out of the side. So that would take me around like hour and a half to like 2 hours maybe. So by the time I finished that, it would be around like 6 o'clock, 6:30. So after I finished that, my dad would come home. So after he came home, we would sit with him, and we would go over my new and what I was given, what pages, the new lines I was given, and we would review that together. And there were some times that we were falling asleep, which is my mom would bring tea, we would drink it, like wake ourselves up, right? And then there were a few times where we would just listen to Salat-al-Isha and fall asleep. And then like it's just you have to keep going. So like after we would usually finish our new. So like if I had 1 page or 1.5 page of new, I would usually finish it in like hour, maybe hour and 15 minutes. So it's just about managing the time and dividing it properly. So if you have students, most of them probably don't have the time because they might have other extra homework. It usually depends on what grade they're in, but most kids have like a decent amount of homework, so they have to, they have to practice in like dividing it properly. So maybe do Quran first. It doesn't really matter which one you do first, but as long as you spend enough time with Quran and enough time with your homework.
Did your parents allow you to watch TV?
Let Brother Mushta answer this first question.
I need something from you too.
So I would do the same schedule, 7:30 to 1:30 for like Quran and like and reviews and recents. So after that, I would go to homeschooling from 1:30 to 4:30. There I do more for my like math, English, and other like non like Quranic studies. Usually I wouldn't have too much homework like for English and stuff. So at home I'd come home around like 4:45. I'll take a short break, like eat and pray also, and then I'd do my Quranic homework. I'd start with new, which would usually take around an hour or maybe like a little bit more than that. Then after that, I would usually recite my review to my mom. Sometimes she wasn't that available, so I'd do it to my dad. And then after that, usually that would take up most of the day, and then I'd usually maybe eat something, have dinner, and then I'd usually go to sleep by then. So it takes a lot of dedication, to manage both like your Quranic studies and your English and math. But alhamdulillah, I've managed it.
Just to extend what Brother Yusuf was saying, and this is what I was saying earlier, is that the youth, many of the youth today, there's a lot of studies that show that amount of screen time they get is tremendous. 4 to 6 hours a day just dedicated to screen time. On average, that's average.
It doesn't really apply in the same way. So when it comes to revision and sometimes forgetting what you've memorized in the past, you have to start off slow. If you start off with a lot, Shaitan is going to come whisper in your ear, okay, don't do it, it's too much, just fall asleep. Don't just stop, do something else. It'll take up your time wisely. Like Shaitan will come, can say so many things in your ear, which will just direct your path in a different way. You should start slow, and then as you progress, if you feel like you're getting better and you're able to focus more and focus your attention to memorizing, and reviewing the Quran, you should up the time a little bit. So as for older people, I doubt they spend more time at home. So if they're at work or in the car traveling, whatever they're doing, they should. I'm pretty sure everyone here has a smartphone. Just play some Quran. Everyone has like a Quran app. Just play the Quran, and just while you're driving, you can listen at work. Wherever you are, just try to listen. Like if you can't read it, try to listen to it as much as possible. And for reading itself, as I've said, don't push yourself. You should start with just listening, and after you start listening, you should start reading the actual pages. And for when it comes to trying to remember, you should listen to those specific ayat more than the rest of everything else. So say you memorize 29 juz, and as time goes on, it starts to fade away from your mind. You should listen to 29 juz more than you listen to 27 juz. So that will bring back a lot of the ayat and whatever the verses you've memorized from 29 juz. So basically, don't push yourself too much, which causes you to not end up doing it. Just start off slow, listen to it as much as possible, and just try to review it as often as you can.
So it's basically that, but a lot of people, they have maybe college and they have their jobs, and it's hard for them, even people who have memorized the Quran, it's hard for them to deal with it. So you can, here, for example, I have 10 or 12 teachers for me, because a lot of them are college students who spend maybe like 2 days teaching or 1 day, whenever they have free, they usually come. Even people who can't like work here, they even volunteer. We have, I think, 2 volunteers at our place. So if you find any time, just always read the Quran. If you have any free time, just spend it on the Quran. And never leave it like for a long time, because you'll forget it, and you should not forget it. Review like at least a juz a day. When people are like really busy, then review as much as you can a day. If you're like young, then review like 2-3 juz a day. You have a lot of time, so spend that time on it. And that's it.
Sheikh, please.
Yes.
Salam alaikum. I'm Abdelhaq from Morocco. I'm Arabic, but only the question what I need. I want to listen to you reading Quran, please. Before I'm busy, but I want to listen to you before.
Both of them, or just
either one? Just
So
both
the
of them,
request is
please.
from brother.
And I want to, if you don't mind, can I record you?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bismillah.
Okay.
both of you guys, both will recite, inshallah.
Some person.
Some quick some verses.
Which one? من سورة قاف, please.
ولقد خلقنا الإنسان ونعلم ما توسوس به نفسه.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ولقد خلقنا الإنسان ونعلم ما توسوس به نفسه ونحن أقرب إليه من حبل الوريد إذ يتلقى المتلقيان عن اليمين وعن الشمال قعيد ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد وجاءت سكرة الموت بالحق ذلك ما كنت منه تحيد ونفخ في الصور ذلك يوم الوعيد وجاءت كل نفس معها سائق وشهيق لقد كنت في غفلة من هذا فكشفنا عنك غطاءك فبصرك اليوم حديد وقال قرينه هذا ما لدي عتيد ألقيا في جهنم كل كفار عنيد مناع للخير معتد أثيم
معتد مريب
مناع للخير معتد مريد الذي جعل مع الله إلها آخر فألقياه في العذاب الشديد قال قرينه ربنا ما أطغيته ولكن كان في ضلال بعيد قال لا تختصموا لدي وقد قدمت إليكم بالوعيد ما يبدل القول لدي وما أنا بظلام للعبيد يوم نقول لجهنم هل امتلأت وتقول هل من مزيد وأزلفت الجنة للمتقين غير بعيد هذا ما توعدون لكل أواب حفيظ من خشي الرحمن بالغيب وجاء بقلب منيب ادخلوها بسلام ذلك يوم الخلود لهم ما يشاءون فيها ولدينا صدق الله العظيم.
بارك الله فيك وأكرمك الله.
جزاك الله.
I will say the last two ayahs of that.
إن شاء الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. محمد رسول الله والذين معه أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم تراهم ركعا سجدا يبتغون فضلا من الله ورضوانا سيماهم في وجوههم من أثر السجود ذلك مثلهم في التوراة ومثلهم في الإنجيل كزرع أخرج شطأه فآزره فاستغلظ فاستوى على سوقه يعجب الزراع ليغيظ بهم الكفار. وعد الله الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات منهم مغفرة وأجرا عظيما. صدق الله العظيم.
جزاكم الله خير.